This year's lineup included a Robert Crumb fantasy woman paired with a Sylvester Stallone figurine carved from boiled ham, Ted Danson, one of the League of Gentlemen, Bingo from the Banana Splits, a man with a croissant on his head, and Cupid's stump.
This lot look like a fun bunch. I can't wait to see what light-hearted hijinks they're going to get up to.
Keep moving! Hey! Applejack, give me that book! I don't have any books. Pinky!
Oh.
But the more you watch it, the more you realise it's actually a stone-hearted expose of everything that's wrong with our faltering so-called civilisation.
Each episode follows an unbelievably spoilt, rich and tiny sod as they prepare to throw a despicably opulent coming-of-age party for themselves and their squealing shitcake friends.
It's my quinceanera. I'm supposed to get the first bite of cake. Come on, every pony! You wanted a party? Now let's party!
Yes, they're the sort of dribbling, unpardonable cretins who use the word party as a verb, and when I'm in charge and establish my Reich, those people are going to be punished. As will anyone who breaks wind for comic effect, men who wear flat caps, people who consider the Comic Sans typeface acceptable, and Capricorns. Don't know why I'm picking on them, actually. I think I'm just drunk with power. And as for comedy sequences like this, if you ask the Chuckle Brothers to do that, they just go... I don't want Doctor Who bumming around like he's in a bad Tiswas tribute, okay? I want him being brooding and serious.
Will you please leave me alone?
Then you place one marshmallow on the top of the chocolate and be sure it's centered, that's critical, and then carefully put another perfectly square graham cracker on the top. And done! Ta-da!
Yeah, they'll still be talking about this in years to come. Did you see that sort of cookery thing that didn't really work? No.
Nah, you just ate them.
It's so matter-of-fact, it sometimes catches you unawares by suddenly throwing in gruesome images without warning. If you're a sensitive viewer, please look away now. If you've been affected by any of the issues in that picture, phone the National Buzzsaw Incident Hotline on 08081. And of course, like all good horror stories, they build to a truly terrifying climax.
Game's over, my little ponies. You didn't find your precious elements. Looks like we might be due for a big old storm of chaos.
Anyway, God knows what they were thinking when they made this. I mean, seriously, who the hell's going to tune in just to watch some unattractive, increasingly paunchy and irrelevant TV presenter just sitting around on his own in his house, just talking and talking and talking? It's also a test of your patience, because the pace is glacial.
Thank you, Applejack. At least some pony here has good manners.
Spit it out.
My royal lips have touched common carnival fare. I'm going to the buffet for some hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, off. And from here on in, it all went wrong.
She's mysterious, sinister, and spooky.
Now, you see, you probably shouldn't say that on the telly, because it might sound a bit racist.
Just look at those stripes. So garish.
And that.
She's a zebra. What?
A zebra. And her stripes aren't a fashion choice rarity. They're what she was born with.
I've never seen a pony like that in these parts. Except her.
And?
That's just it. She lives in the ever-free forest.
I'll just black up and have done with it. By now, thousands were complaining about perceived racism. Whether it was or wasn't racist, in my view, the producers could have intervened at this point, reminding all the contestants that discrimination wouldn't be tolerated in the house, thereby giving everyone a chance to think before digging themselves in deeper. I don't actually know if that would have been the right thing to do. Well, not unless I'd had the foresight to see which way it was all heading.
I think we'll find a cure to this curse at Zikora's place.
By now, millions were tuning in to see all this racism they'd heard about, and in that context, the argument looked more like a lynching than what I suspect it really was, a grim one-sided slanging match over a stockyard.
I don't care what you say, Twilight. It's time to pony up and confront Zikora. Come on, girls. Are you with me?
No.
don't know. Seems awfully dangerous.
Of course, it didn't help when Giggly Boobs opened her thick hole and said this.
Evil enchantress, she does evil dances, and if you look deep in her eyes, she'll put you in trances. Then what will she do? She'll mix up an evil brew, then she'll gobble you up in a big tasty stew. So watch out!
Yeah, well, that certainly sounds like textbook racism. Not that she's ever read a textbook, well, not without chewing the corners like a baby chimp. Anyway, cue Bedlam.
Oh, listen to me. I don't even know what I'm supposed to wallow in.
Go on, cry. Cry yourself tolerant.
Now what do we do? Panic?
Go on, panic properly. Shit yourself in the queue.
Well, we can't just leave Rarity like this.
Do something about it then. Do a comic jig, you dead racist.
She'll become a crazy cat lady.
Weirdest thing about it is that it's Brian Sewell's favourite programme.
Give her time.
Anyway, it's not perfect. There's quite a bit of corny sentiment and the odd bit of jar-headed, gung-ho nonsense, but overall it's well worth getting into. Although, if you do decide to get into it, for God's sake, start with the mini-series, which you can get on DVD, before ploughing into the seasons themselves, or you won't have a clue what's going on. You'll be twice as confused as this.